Hi, everybody. It's 5 in the morning. I'm exhausted. I didn't sleep. That's how insomnia works sometimes. So I'm not going to make a save until we get to the first story and I see if I can actually read or not. What did we do last week? We rescued / kidnapped Ming. We did a real dungeon for once. We gained a bunch of levels. We finished the first disc last week, and now we're just gonna be moving on. I know I looked ahead a little bit. We got some stories coming up. Got some plot coming up. We probably got at least some actual gameplay coming up. I'm gonna reacquaint myself with where we're at. Okay. So I don't think we talked about this. Ming as an immortal can also learn from the non-immortal members of her party. But without her in combat, she will not gain any SP. But still gonna set something for now. We'll need to rotate. At some point in the game, we will need to run somewhere and do some kind of grind to level up characters that are not often in our main party. And to get them a bunch of skills. Again, at one point in the game, we're gonna be split. So it's gonna suck if we don't have any levels on any people. Alright, what are we doing? Oh no, we're going through the gate. Okay. Hope everyone's had a good week. What did I do this week? Did I do anything fun this week? Sure I did. I have no idea what any of it was, though. Been playing Last of Us Part 2. I've actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I like those games as story machines. I don't like those games as games. Where am I going? I can't go through here. Oh, maybe I can. A terminal for the White Boa. Looks like they don't want us in there. Were you expecting anything else? Anyway, this isn't the place we're looking for. I'll talk more about it next week too, but I'm quite excited. I'm about to go on a vacation and stay at home and do nothing but watch Games Done Quick. If you don't know what Games Done Quick is, it's a charity speedrunning event. They do nothing but speedrun games for an entire week. They raise money for, summertime, so Doctors Without Borders. It's a really fun event. If you like speedrunning at all, I highly recommend you check it out. We're in luck. They're just starting the final adjustments, which means they'll be fitting the engine next. Is that good for us? How long does it take to fit an engine?
This is a serious engine.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Eh?
Hey, that engine. Where'd you get it?
Oh, this. Let's see, when was that? A while back, an unbelievably huge fish washed up on shore. This was in its belly.
What?
We checked it out and realized it could deliver incredible output, so we fixed it and installed it in the boat.
I have so many
Did
questions.
the repairs work?
Like a charm, that boat was built to be General Kakanis' command vessel. Installing it is all that's left to do.
I see. Thanks.
Don't mention it.
A huge fish, huh?
Well, first off, it's the douchebag's boat, so we're definitely stealing it. But should we not talk about the fact that a giant fish Jonah'd this engine?
You know, A while back.
Did Seth the pirate have a giant pet fish or something?
Is there something you remember?
I really depended on it.
Depend on what? The fish or the engine?
Maybe both.
The engine. It's from back when I was a pirate. Huh? Seth, you were a pirate? Yep, that's right. Wow! Amazing! That is so cool! Huh?
Oh yeah, I've always loved women who are pirates and swordswomen and stuff. I read books about them for like ever. It is so exciting to meet a real woman pirate. I mean, to make a long story short,
She wants to be your apprentice.
What's a pirate apprentice? Swashbuckler? I don't know.
What he said. Could I?
So, Seth, Mistress Seth, please let me be your apprentice.
Wouldn't it be Captain Seth? So is this ours now? Also, how big was the freaking fish? Thing is huge. I don't like that. The boat that's being built right now is the fastest in all of Namara. It's going to make its debut soon, and you don't want to miss the launch event. Are we not stealing this boat? I'm a little bummed if we're not stealing this boat. Finally, they solved the problem. Come on, don't fail me now. Finally, the engine is fixed. Well, you know what? We'll take a look. Oh, yeah, we're stealing the boat.
Inform General Kakanis that the engine installation is complete. He said to call him when we're ready for a test ride.
Alright, yeah. Oh, hey, look! Someone's on board! Oh,
Hey, yourself, you little toad.
What are you doing there? Get off! Go! Get word to General Kakanis! Hurry!
Yes, sir!
He's sleeping. I mean, we blew up his tank. I assume he's sleeping.
Attention, General Kakanis. Your ship is leaving. Thank you. Ah, all right. Should be easy. Oh, wow. A lot of buttons there. Gonna need a manual. I think I'm...
Out of the way, amateur. Here goes. Starting engine. Cast off.
It's a very fast boat. I have no control. Huh. The Slant Nose. That's not a great name for a ship. Slant Nose at hand, you're able to traverse the wide open ocean. Move the left stick in any direction to set the slant nose in motion. Move the right stick to set the camera. Some areas such as shallows, ice fields, and hypercurrents are not navigable even to the slant nose. Press RB to move the slant nose bridge to return to sea navigation and approach the cockpit. Okay. Okay. To make the world map menu, click the right stick and move to the closest landing point. To reboard the slant nose, choose a landing point on the world map, then press the A button. No, we won't view it again, but we're probably going to forget everything anyway. So we want to go to the Namara Atoll. Because apparently we need to raid some chests real quick. What's an atoll? Isn't it like a... Is it a circle of islands? I really don't know. I also don't know if we can get into fights while we're in the boat. I know some games you can. There's something glowing on the map over here. I'm gonna see what this is. Looks like we can land. Oh, what the hell is that? There's like a wind funnel in front of us. Okay, yeah. So this is to grab some items and apparently just get it marked on our map for later. I guess we need to be careful though, because the enemies here could be strong. Maybe we should save then. It'll be fine. I can read. I've been reading for like 33 years. I don't know, Mom, you're watching this. How long have I been reading for? Email everyone and let them know, please. Where? One to the east, one to the northwest. This is east, right? I don't know that I love that we're just grabbing chests and leaving, but I don't want to get off the path and end up missing something we're supposed to have, and we're just going to run away and hope this thing doesn't kill us. It doesn't say things will kill us, it just says they're strong, but you never know how strong, so. There's no chest over here. Did I not go east? Oh, here we go. Sorry, I was hidden behind a rock. Regenerate. Alright, so we got a new spell. Green is spirit magic. One party member weak, gradual HP recovery. Alright, well. That gives Mac a little more utility. We're learning HP up right now, right? Yeah, so once Seth has the HP up, we'll put that on Mac, and I think we're going to try Mac out on the front line. And we're going to see how that goes. Alright, and the other one is apparently in the northwest. There it is. This one's easy to see. I was right, an atoll's like a circle of shit, apparently. Bronze spirit band. I find this circle very disconcerting because it makes me think something's going to appear in the center of it later. And I hate when shit comes out of water. Spirit magic level 2. Okay. I think we can just learn that from Mac, but it'll be good for, I don't know, maybe somebody like Jansen if we want him to use that type of magic.
You want a piece of me?
Well, this was fairly painless. Hopefully we can get away from this thing again. I shouldn't have said anything. I should not have said it was painless, because now we're going to be screwed. Watch.
Let's get out of here.
Okay, we're fine. Alright, we got in and out safely. We got what we needed. These are not very descriptive of where they are. Landing point at Namara, northern coast of Namara. Isn't that where we are? So we got another glowy over there. I'm gonna guess that's where we want to go then. So everybody think of the Six Sticks song right now. It's Sticks, right? Was it Sticks? Come sail away. Is that Sticks? Maybe it wasn't Sticks. I don't know. I don't listen to a ton of music these days. I say that like it's a new song. The hell is that craggy rock formation over there too? Everything in this world looks terrifying to me. I really don't like all this open water. You know there's a monster. Apparently there's a fish large enough to swallow that engine. Also, that engine was like 20,000 times the size of us, and look at how small this ship still is compared to the world. Why is there another, like, wind funnel here? I hate this place. I hate all of it. Why can't I land? There we go.
Land at last! Dry land. No more worrying about sinking on that stupid ship. Ow! Hey, what the hell was that for?
The slant nose will never sink. Not with the captain's engine on board.
You think you're so cool now that you're a pirate? Well, I'm gonna teach you a thing or two about the pirate code.
And what code would that be?
Beating children?
Well, that would be a secret pirate code that we would do if we had the time.
Touch my head.
Hey, Grandpa! Wow, you have Cook is such a and what a kick! Boy, she's strong. That Cook.
I have no idea what you just said.
Well, what I'm saying is that Cook is as cute as a button. She's just, oh, you must be proud.
You lying creep.
Cook, it hurts when you get kicked, you know?
But he insulted the captain. Isn't that right, Captain? Captain?
Sad.
We gotta... A wondrous beast, Aneria, proud descendant of the white-winged clan. You alone were my irreplaceable companion. Would it anger you to hear me call us two of a kind? We were not, in fact, a perfect combination, you and I, were we not? Bound together by a single thread, that gossamer thread we know as loneliness. Aneria, I owe my life to you. Not, of course, that you saved my life in the ordinary sense of the word. Mine is not a life that can be lost under any circumstances. It is an irrevocable burden. I will not die, I cannot die, and therefore my life was not for you to save. Oh, Aneria, what you saved, I now see, was not my life, but my heart. Is this Seth's stream? Back then, long, long centuries ago, I was a pirate, the only woman pirate on the open seas. Seth Balmore. That name was known to all who plied the sea. Some spoke my name in fear and trembling, while others voiced it with the deepest admiration. Some even called me the righteous buccaneer, nor were they far wrong, I'd say. Nor were they far wrong. Is she saying that she was? I don't understand that sentence. The pirate ships I commanded had rules that were strict and clear and strict. We targeted only one kind of vessel, those opulent passenger ships the wealthy boarded for pleasure cruises. We would put a bit of a scare into the passengers, of course, maybe rough them up a little, but killing was strictly forbidden. All we did was squeeze a few drops of treasure out of the purses of those who had more money than they knew what to do with. We traded our booty for cash with shadowy dealers, and the money we shared with the world's dens of poverty. So she was Robin Hood. That's cool. I would cringe at being called a champion of justice, but we prided ourselves on being far more than villains. I became a pirate for one simple reason. I hated the law, and I hated even more those who flaunted the law for their own self-aggrandizement. In a word, I wanted a life of freedom. I think that's why most people become pirates. Whenever I stood at the prow of a pirate ship slicing its way through the waves, and I viewed the vast ocean stretched out beneath the clear blue sky, I felt enveloped in the joy of having taken limitless freedom into my own two hands. True, I need not traffic in the fear of death and aging, knowing to all who count as human. Known to all. And because I will neither age nor die infinite time, it means, for me, infinite freedom. Not bad, wouldn't you say? I would spy the ship that would be our day's quarry. I was always the first to board it, springing lightly into their deck with a shout. I am Seth Balmore. Now be good and hand over your money and valuables. Then, taking the booty we had snatched, my men and I would raise a cry of victory and leap back into our ship. I was absolutely free. Nothing stood in my way. Eternal life overflowing with freedom. Not bad, wouldn't you say? Righteous buccaneer? What kind of fancy pants nonsense is that? How about pirate bitch? Of course, one always hears such jealous ravings in all walks of life, but especially so in the thuggish world of pirates. Needless to say, I knew I had many enemies. Even a child would realize that being called a righteous buccaneer could only increase the number who hated me among such raping and pillaging brigands as pirates of the sea. But I didn't care about that. I could be stabbed with a knife or blasted with a cannon, and still I would not die. Immortal Seth, they called me, and it was literally true, not just a figure of speech. I won't get in your way, I told the other pirates, but I won't let you get in mine either. I was afraid of nothing and no one. I lived the way I wanted to live, and wouldn't or shouldn't have let anyone interfere with me. I went wrong only once, but that was all it took. In a moment of carelessness, I let them capture me. Of course, that alone was nothing for me to be afraid of. As I keep mentioning, I can never age or die. It would have done them no good trying to kill me, and they knew it. The most they could do would be to rough me up a little and threaten to make it worse for me next time. They had to do something to show their men how tough they were. They couldn't just let me horn in on the pirate game and pretend it never happened. So, I said, hurry up with the torture, will you? I haven't got all day. We were in a cave on a desert island. I was in handcuffs and leg irons and surrounded by half a dozen huge men, all well-known pirate captains. One of them was holding a long, thick chain. I get sick to my stomach just looking at your sweaty faces. Come on, hurry up and beat me with the chain. Or would you rather strangle me? Whichever you choose, hurry and get it over with. The men laughed out loud. Hurry and get it over with, said the leader. Too bad for you, Seth, but this punishment is not the kind that can be hurried. I'm just sorry we can't stay with you to the end. Yeah, chimed in another man. Unlike a monster like you, we humans don't have all the time in the world. Okay, men, let's make it fast, the way the lady wants. Licking his lips, the man with the chain approached me, and two others grabbed my arms from the sides. They were not going to use the chains as an instrument of torture, but to rob me of my liberty. They chained me to a gigantic boulder in the cave. They were laughing so hard they could hardly contain themselves. Just what you need, eh, Seth? It's the end of the road for you. We can't shoot you, we can't stab you to death, so we'll just lock you up. We'll never come back to this island again. And even a half-baked pirate like you knows this place is not on any sea lanes. No fishing boats even. And right about now, your men have gone off looking for the wrong island. We're the only ones who know we brought you here. Not even our crews know where we are. Nobody's coming to save you, that's for sure. You'll be in here forever. Can't move a muscle and you can't even die. All by yourself for the rest of eternity. With that, the men walked out of the cave, leaving me here with a single lantern. "Cowards!" I screamed. "Don't run off like that! Don't do this to me!" But the only response was the hollow echo of my own voice in the cave. The lantern the men left behind was not meant as a kindness, but rather the opposite. It was a prop in their little drama. When it finally ran out of oil and went dark, it would impress on me the weight of eternal solitude. As long as the lamp kept glowing, I was filled with rage for the men. When the oil was running low and the flame began to flicker, a deep anxiety assaulted me. Unable to move, I stared blankly at the flame. Eternity. This world had no such thing. Or perhaps it should not have. Solitude. I was always alone. Or, more precisely, I always ended up alone. It was my destiny. I could be surrounded by companions whose feelings matched my own perfectly. I could share the deepest love with another. But in the end, I would always have to lose them. Do you know what it feels like to see countless others succumb to death while you yourself are on the road of endless life? Ah, but in your case, Anaria, you do have some idea. As I watched, the lamp in the cave went out. A world of darkness spread out before me, and there I was, alone. No more would I taste the sorrow of parting, but neither would I be able to taste the joy of meeting, eternally, without end, alone. I did not try shouting. People shout and scream for one reason only, because they want someone to hear them, because they believe there is someone somewhere who will hear their cries. I did, however, shed tears. Which is not to say I wept. There is no way that the immortal woman pirate, South Balmore, would ever break down and cry. A tiny tremor went through the darkness. That is all it was. And then I noticed, oh, tears are coming out of me. Really, that is all it was. The hours passed. Or perhaps it was days. In the darkness, I lost track of the flow of time. There was something else I lost track of. If all there was left for me to do was stay by myself, struggling against eternal solitude, incapable even of rotting away, then what was the purpose of my living in the world? Perhaps the men who trapped me here had been right. Unable either to age or die, perhaps I was some kind of monster. Then why was such a monster living in this world? What was I supposed to do here? I did not know the answer to that. I would never know the answer to the end of my never-ending life. I felt frustration, sorrow, but above all, fear. Eternity was frightening to me. Solitude was frightening to me. I might have been trembling, or, without even the energy for that, I might have been utterly drained. Whatever it was I was feeling, that is when it happened. Anaria, that is when you first appeared before me. A tiny burst of light softened the darkness, and from the light, almost before I could wonder what it was, there came a voice. Are you too trapped in the prison of solitude? Who is that? In the light, a flash of white wings. Then, with a sudden increase in size and brightness, the light seared my eyes. Accustomed to total darkness, my eyes could not stand the glare, and for an instant they could not see anything at all. Grimacing, I clamped my eyes shut before daring them to open little by little. There before me hovered a pure white, glowing beast. Its white wings were breathtakingly beautiful. How beautiful you were, Anaria. But yours was not a florid beauty. No, it was subtly different. Your beauty wore a cloak of loneliness. I am like you, you said. And when I cocked my head to look at you with puzzlement, you continued. I have been looking for someone like you for a very long time. You spoke slowly, majestically. Oh, immortal woman pirate, you and I share a single destiny. You knew who I was. Together, let us escape from this solitude and make our way together, you said, your eyes locked on mine. Escape from this solitude. The words continued ringing in my ears, but I did not know who you were. I could not even be sure what you were, nor could I leap joyfully at the invitation of one I could not tell as friend or foe. Who are you? I asked. I am an area of the White-Winged clan. White-Winged clan? I had heard the name before. The White-Winged clan were said to be wondrous beasts that had become extinct in the distant past. I have heard that the White-Winged clan died out long ago. I am the last of the bloodline. The only survivor? Indeed, as I said, the last. Which is why you speak of solitude. At that point, almost before I knew it, a weak, almost self-mocking smile crept over my face. I felt myself lowering my guard as I spoke to you. My chains, however, were digging ever deeper into my flesh and shackling my heart as well. You used the phrase prison of solitude before. It's true. This is a prison. Being alone for eternity is a prison without bars. You nodded at these words of mine, Anira, in silence. But then you said, I was in a prison too, until just now. I'm sure it's true. To be the only living survivor, I have spent far too long a time alone. I know what you mean. In the legend, members of the White-Winged clan are thought to live 1,000 years. But even if you were to live on for several centuries as a sole survivor, you could never meet a female member of the clan of the White Wing and hope to make children with her. The clan will never rise again. The sole survivor must live out the remainder of his days alone. In order to conquer this unbearable loneliness, you said, I would need someone to make her way with me. Then you looked hard at me and said, "Oh, pirate woman, are you not of the same mind?" I nodded in agreement. But then I made a point of smiling and said as casually as I could, in other words, you're lonely. Your beautiful face softened and you said with some embarrassment, I wonder. According to the legend as I have heard it, the clan of the White Wing is proud and love their solitude. This only increased your embarrassment, you said. Solitude has its limits. That did it. I decided to trust you then and there. Well, if that's how you feel, you should come right out and say it. I want company. Company? All right. A companion. A companion? Exactly. So it's decided. I'll team up with you. That ended all hesitation. Just as you saw in me one to make your way together with, I put my full trust in you. Let's go wild on the high seas, I cried. Isn't that what make our way together means? You mean that I should become a pirate? You don't like the idea? You paused for the space of one breath and chuckled softly. I've always wanted to give it a try. No sooner were the words out of your mouth than you leapt at me. With one bite, you cut through the thick chain that held me down. O wondrous beast Anira, proud descendant of the White-Winged clan. This was how you and I first met. In the 900 years since then, we raged over the open sea more wildly than I ever had before. When I stood at the prow of our pirate ship in search of prey, you were always there beside me. We became irreplaceable partners, friends, companions, family, and... Well, from that story, Seth had a far less depressing life than Kime.
Seth? Cook? You're crying. I remembered some things from a long time ago. You mean when you were a pirate? And remembering made you cry? I've always been a pirate. I was crying because of something that happened that I regret.
Also interesting that people seemingly knew she was immortal and Kime didn't seem to ever tell anyone. I like that we Saw that. I don't remember that. I must have just maybe skipped it. I don't remember ever getting to hear Seth's story.
Look, it's Kyle.
Apparently they know us.
Hey, everybody! Kyle's back! It's good to see you again, Kyle. But, you haven't changed a bit.
Unexpected. Kime does not seem to know then. How recently did they lose their memories? Because a lot of this feels like it was, you know, last week. Okay. Let's get some items. This is a confusingly constructed town. Also, what's with the statues? Feels a little overkillish. Especially since they're enemies. Oh, we got a seed. What else are we going for? Oh, hey, Kime. You're Kime, right? My grandfather told me all about you. He gave this to me as a keepsake. It's really valuable to us, but it's what you used to protect our village, right? So here, Kime, I want to return it to you. Magic-powered locator level 1. Hey, Kime, try it out now. I've hidden a treasure somewhere inside this village. See if you can find it. Here's a hint. It's hidden somewhere way up high. It's yours if you can find it. Really high up. View the treasure hunting tutorial. Yes. Using the magic power locator, you'll be able to look for treasures hidden all over the world. I have hair right here. But to find treasures, you must obtain information on the whereabouts of those treasures. Once you get the information on a treasure, it will appear on the treasure screen within the item menu. When you have your magic-powered locator and information, there will be a glowing point on the navigation map when you enter the area in which the treasure is hidden. Treasure is hidden at the glowing point. Search for it in the nearby area. You can increase the output of the magic-powered locator, enabling you to find a lot more treasure than with the level 1 locator. No. So there's orange on the map here. Okay, ladder. We'll grab this. Gonna be something stupid, watch. Oh, I take it back. I take it all back. Dark crystal staff. Oh, I only have Kime with me. Okay, well, I guess we're not looking at that right now then. Got a wind elemental ring with terror and magic killer. Alright. Guessing that's gonna... Oh, for Jansen. Okay. It said it was for Jansen only in the description. I don't know if anybody else caught that. Alright, so we did that. We've still got a couple items to grab. I see the pot now. 500G obtained. I think this is going to be another dream. I've been in my fair share of battles, but one day, just as I was swinging my sword at someone, I suddenly thought, man, I wish I could have been a baker. Yeah. I have no idea how a thought like that came to me, but after that battle, I quit the army. I've made a living baking bread ever since. I assume baguettes. Fairly sword-like. I don't know if that should be funny, but it's funny to me. I'm in the middle of battle and I started craving carbs. That's what you get for not eating well the night before. The hero was home from the war. He had performed gallantly on the battlefield, advanced to the rank of general, and made a triumphal entry into the village of his birth. The villagers welcomed him with a festive celebration. The grown-ups were treated to drinks beginning in the afternoon, and the children received sweet confections. The cattle and the sheep in the pastures that supported the villagers' livelihood, whether because they were excited by the unusual commotion or were welcoming the hero in their own way, sent especially shrill cries reverberating into the blue summer sky. I wouldn't take that as a welcoming. I think that flashed up and said this one was called the hero. General, you are the pride of our village. Obviously full of pride himself, the head of the village thrust out his chest as he delivered his congratulatory address in the welcoming ceremony. To think that the foremost hero in the army came from this tiny village is so incredibly exhilarating and gratifying. I am sure our ancestors are overjoyed as well. The throng crammed into the village square burst forth with cheers and applause. According to the official figures released by the army the other day, General, you brought down at least 2,000 enemy soldiers with your own hand. Jeez, that's a lot of blood. A thunderous roar shook the square. Come to think of it, the population of this village is less than 1,000. This means, sir, that you managed to bury more than 2 of these villages worth of your own. How fortunate for us that you were not one of the enemy. If by any chance there had been a warrior of your caliber on their side, we'd all be resting in the hilltop graveyard by now. That feels like toxic positivity. A few of the women frowned momentarily at this remark, thank you, but the men full of liquor responded with an explosive laugh. Yeah, of course they did. All right. Sitting stage center, the general lightly stroked his dignified beard. No one present knew that this was his habit whenever he was perplexed. When he left his village to join the army, he was just an ordinary soldier a long way from growing a beard. General, you are truly the savior of our army, and indeed of our entire nation. I understand you will be leaving for another battle tomorrow, but we all hope that you will thoroughly enjoy yourself on this rare visit to your birthplace. The village chief ended his greetings and withdrew to the wings, whereupon the village's #1 entertainer bounded onto the stage in the most comical way he could manage. Dear General, he cried, running over to where the great man was seated and going down on his knees. Oh, hear my plea. The general looked at him uncertainly. Is there any possibility that you would lend me the sword at your side, if only for a moment? Perplexed though he was by all this, the general, impaled by the audience's applause and cheers, handed the man his tasseled and jeweled-encrusted sword. Why was it tasseled? The man bowed deeply as the sword entered his outstretched hands, and again he cried, My gratitude knows no bounds. Pretending to stagger under the weight of the sword, he came to the front edge of the stage and held the weapon aloft. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I will reenact the event that raised our dear general's fame to the heights in a single bound, when he hacked 18 of the enemy into little teeny tiny bits. How drunk is this crowd? The audience cheered wildly, and the man, with exaggerated movements and commentary, swung the sword in a great arc. The audience knew exactly what he was doing. The general had not only made a name for himself for his strategic prowess, but was also widely acclaimed as a warrior on the battlefield. He did not rely solely on his weapons, but, in the end, leveled his opponents with his sheer physical strength. This, too, was a matter of the utmost pride for the villagers. Here we go. 1 man down, 2 men down. Flip the sword back, 3 men down. 4th man slashed diagonally right through the shoulder. 5th man's head goes flying. Oof, then 3 at once. 6th, 7th, and 8th man, what a bother. I'll just skewer you like this. The man thrust the sword through 3 imaginary opponents, and the crowd went wild. The general, too, broke into a smile and applauded. When he was through clapping, though, he stroked his beard again. I'm sure you can understand how I felt at the time, sitting up there on that stage. the old general says to Kime before taking a sip of water from his leather pouch. His magnificent beard is completely white. So distant are the past events he's recounting. Kime nods in silence, and the general continues as if mulling over every word. The more you know about that war, the more you feel that way. I'm sure the villagers meant well. They just wanted to pay homage to their hometown hero. No, of course, they weren't being the least bit malicious. My village has the nicest people in the world, which is exactly why I found the whole thing so painful. I couldn't stand it after a while. Hacking 18 men to bits. The deeds of a hero are related in numbers. Surely the man who playfully swung the general's sword on stage that day could never have imagined the ones who lost their lives on the battlefield. The agonized expressions on their faces, the curse in their eyes as they stared into nothingness. But that's all right too. People who live peaceful lives don't have to know about such things. That's what people like us are for, to keep their lives far away from the battlefields. Don't you agree? Thanks to us and our killing of enemies, the people we're supposed to protect don't have to know anything about the bloodiness of war. Unless you believe that, what's the point of people killing each other? Kime says nothing in reply. Without either affirming or negating the old general's words, he stares vaguely at the general's troops. What did you say your name is? Kime? I suppose you've killed more enemy soldiers than you can begin to count. There's no way I could count them all. I thought so. You have a flawless build, the kind that can only be tempered on the battlefield. Only a man who has survived one battle after another can carry himself the way you do with complete naturalness. How does a man like you find himself driving a horse cart over a mountain pass? Kime is ready to leave without answering if the old man asks him such a question. But the general inquires no further into Kime's background. Instead, there is a sense of relief in the smile he bestows on the sight of Kime resting his horses at the pass. I was 16 the first time I went into battle. After that, I just kept running from one fight to another until I made it all the way to general. At first, I remembered the faces of the men I crossed swords with and killed. Even if you don't try to remember them, they get carved into your memory. I had terrible nightmares. And try as I might, I could never seem to wash off the stench of the blood that splashed on my face and hands. That was a hallucination, of course, but it got so bad once I spent a whole night in a river trying to wash myself off. The general paused a moment to think about his story, then went on. But after a while, you get used to it. You get used to fighting and killing over and over again. Your body and your mind and your heart, and you just get used to it. That's how people are. So I stopped having nightmares. I killed all the enemy soldiers I could lay my hands on, and I forgot every one of their faces. It's the same for you now too, Kime, isn't it? Maybe so. It's like a curse. If you don't get used to it, your heart breaks. On the other hand, if you do get used to it, your heart probably ends up breaking someplace deeper down. The general casts a fond glance towards his resting troops. Then slowly shifting his gaze far down the foot of the mountain, he says, "So that's what it was like for me back then, when I returned to my birthplace in triumph." For the final event of the welcoming ceremony, several children mounted the stage. And now, in honor of our hero, the children represent the general a floral wreath more marvelous than the greatest medal there ever was. The audience went wild again. When the children put the wreath on his neck, the general favored them with a warm smile, the first honest smile from the heart that he had managed since climbing onto the stage. And finally, as a special treat for the general, who has been galloping from one battlefield to the next far from his native place, the children's chosen representative will read his own original composition spelling out the joys of the peaceful life of the village. With a look of grim intensity, the small boy, barely old enough to go to school, unfolded his composition and, gripping it in two hands, began to read aloud from it, straining to make himself heard. First, I'm going to write about one of the nicest things that happened to me. In my house, we have a pasture with lots of cows and sheep. One cow had a baby 2 days ago. I helped my daddy by stroking the cow's back with a handful of straw while she was having the baby. That makes the cow warm up, so it's easier for her to give birth. The baby was born just before the sun came up. It was a tiny baby, but it could already stand on its own legs. A baby. Wow. I'm going to take care of this baby until it gets big. Dear little calf, hurry and grow up, okay? The general had tears in his eyes. Now I'm going to write about one of the saddest things that happened to me. That was when my grandma got sick and died. She was such a nice grandma. I know her sickness made her feel bad, but she was always smiling when I was around. She let me hold her hand when she died. I watched her face the whole time because I knew I wouldn't be able to see her anymore, and I wanted to remember her even after I grow up. She just kept smiling and smiling for me right to the very end. That's why she is always smiling when I think of her. Are you looking down on me from the sky, Grandma? I will never forget you as long as I live. Tears were streaming down the general's face. When the ceremony ended, the general left his village and headed for the town where army headquarters were located. There he wrote a long letter to the king and he gave his sword to his most trusted lieutenant. The general had decided to retire. This was a big surprise to me as it was to anybody, but when I heard that little boy's essay, it occurred to me, what makes us really human is to celebrate each life that comes into the world and mourn each life that is lost. I didn't need medals anymore. I didn't need the honor of being allowed into the presence of His Majesty anymore. I wanted to be a real human being again. As a result, overnight I went from being the village hero to being reviled as a traitor. The general turned to face Kime and asked, "So are you going to mock me as a coward who ran away from the battlefield? Or blame me for being a deserter who betrayed his own patriotism?" Kime turns a gentle smile on the old man. "Neither," he says. "As a soldier, you made the wrong decision, but as a human being, you made the right one." The general strokes his white beard and says, "My habit has changed too. Nowadays, I find myself stroking my beard when I'm embarrassed." The two men look at each other and smile. "Okay, back to work," says the general, standing with a grunt. He calls out to his troops, "All right, men, it's all downhill from here. Let's give it one last push and get back to the village before sunset." The troops under the general's command consist of 30 sheep, not one of whom is likely to take a person's life. "Tell me, Kime, are you planning to go back into battle at some point?" "I don't really know," he replies. "I'm content with herding sheep for now," the general says. "I don't have the least regret for the decision I made that day. It would make me happy to think this could be a kind of lesson for you." With that parting remark, the general turns away from Kime and begins walking. The sheep amble along after him in newly reformed ranks. Standing at attention, the general raises his right arm and waves his troops on. "Forward, march!" The command he had once delivered to tens of thousands of men in the battlefield now echoes pleasantly among the mountains of his native village. And see, that was a happy one too. Did they front load this game with all the freaking sad ones? Although I will say, what was that child's assignment for that essay? Our hero's coming home. Let's write that? Very bizarre. But overall, happy story. Very nice story. All right, discover treasure hunting information. Oh, I see orange on the map. Okay. Let me get these other items first. Oh, I see you. And then up here, it looks like. Would you climb? Thank you. don't know if you have allergies out there, but I certainly hope you don't, because they suck. What do we got on this one? 500G. Alright, so let's go get that other treasure. And we got 2 houses to clear out. Looks pretty simple here. Looks like we can do the 2 houses. I'm trying to tell where we... You can see the kind of orange glow on the left of the map. Quite a few ladders in this village, so it's probably something up a ladder. Seed of Terrors. That sounds ominous. There's a pit pot in the pot. All right. 48. Yeah, that's what we should have, I think. Good news. I don't think we've missed any seeds. I hope what we get isn't game breaking. I don't think it would be. I don't remember any kind, although I never did all the seeds, but it doesn't feel like the kind of game that would have game-breaking equipment in it. Maybe it'll make certain parts a little easier since it seems like we're getting a lot of the seeds pretty early, but I don't think it'll be game-breaking. Oh, we got a seed there. And a flare bomb. Okay, so slightly stronger fire bomb. We could find some use for that. I don't feel like those bombs do a ton of extra damage, though. Okay, so... How do we get over there? Okay, we got a path here. And a ladder here. I'm gonna guess that's it. We'll go up here. Well, this doesn't feel like it would lead to that spot. Why are there so many statues? I'm kind of creeped out by the amount of statues, guys. Is this... Are you a town of statue makers? That's not a thing, is it? What do you call somebody that makes a statue? I don't know, some kind of artisan, right? There's one back here, too. Alright, what do we got here? Medusa's head. Petrify immunity. Okay, that's a good one. We're going to be very happy to have that. I don't remember exactly how it works in this game, but I know in a lot of RPGs, if your team gets petrified, it's just an immediate game over. Alright, let's get a save in. We haven't in a little bit. Alright, I think we're clear on items. Looks like that. Yeah. Love to know why these people know me. Let's find out. It's an inn, Kime. Look, it's been a long voyage and I'm sure you're tired, so why don't we call it a day here, okay? Yeah, we're good. That's fine. Oh, date night.
I'll go speak with the king. We've never met, but I've heard he's very wise. I'm confident that he has a ship that can get us past the hypercurrents.
Wow, that hit the spot. You know, I'm finally starting to feel at home. No.
Are you even listening to me?
There's a time and place for that stuff, and This is neither. Tell me, is it really true you can't drink?
Yes.
That is so sad. But you're a queen. I mean, don't you have wine or champagne at parties or banquets, hangings, any festive thing like that?
No.
Well, look it. Nobody knows us here. Come on, just give it a try. I guarantee you'll like it. Really. It won't kill you, I promise. In fact, I bet if you take a couple drinks, you might get your memory back. Yeah, it relaxes the mind and other things.
Nothing can kill her.
You think so?
Absolutely. Hey, look at me. You're talking to Jansen here. Bottoms up.
Bottoms up.
What? You don't like the cheap stuff?
No, it's just I've never tasted anything like it before.
You don't have to force yourself to drink it.
No, I want my memory back. If there's any chance this will help, I'll manage to drink it.
This is not going to go well.
Good. Are you, okay?
Ooh, I feel very lightheaded all of a sudden. It's affecting me like you said it would. Oh, your muscles
Yeah,
are
well-
so...
Hey, oh! Oh, no. You know, you're cute when you're asleep. What? Oh!
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Well, we was having a serious discussion about, what's going to happen next. And planning.
Happen next?
Yeah. She's going to talk to the king and get us a ship, because yours can't float worth it. After all, Goats has got the most advanced technology around. We figured we'd get a more seaworthy ship from him. So that, What?
All right. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt this time. But don't try any funny business with Ming.
Yeah, well, I'm looking out for her too, I mean, look how restful she looks right now.
All right, I'm going to take a quick break. Okay, let's raid the shit out of this place, too. Where's the little glowy? Oh, there it is. All right, we got another seed. I never would have checked that painting. Magic ceiling feathers. Looks like we need to go into the other room. Oh, the treasure chest is fairly obvious, at least. Slot seed. Awesome. Seed. Okay. That puts us over halfway, doesn't it? So not a ton of those in the game. Wonder why there's multiple squares, but only one's filled in. That's strange. There were 48 when we gave them 49, 50, 51. Yeah, so yeah. We're over halfway on the seeds now. It looks like we got one more item. Yeah, never would have checked paintings. Okay, we're done with the looting. Oh, okay.
Hey, Kime! I heard you were back.
This place takes me back. And it looks like the years have been good to you.
Does he remember?
Knock it off. I'm a bona fide old man now.
Well, if you don't mind my saying so, you've aged really well.
Thanks, honey. Drink up. This is on the house.
Well, that is mighty nice. I don't mind if I do. Can I have that big, large mug over there?
I was only 7 when you saved the village, but I remember you as if it were yesterday. You were a hero to us kids back then.
Yeah? So, we're trying to get to Gotza.
Ah, forget it. The only way is through the Black Cave.
I heard it'd been closed off by some old sorceress.
There's nothing to be afraid of. We'll just bust our way through.
It's not that simple. Neither muscle nor magic have had any effect. Although adventurers with plenty of both have tried. My guess is that only that old sorceress can bust through the blockage. She's got some serious magic energy. Yep, she sure does.
I just remembered where we're going.
Why don't we wait until she goes to the bathroom? Then we can, sneak by her.
It's not the worst plan Jensen's ever had.
Oh, it gets better. You know that place where you and Sarah lived? Well, that old sorceress has moved in.
My house?
What? You don't even have a lease agreement?
We kept the place up after you and Sarah went away, so it'd be ready if you ever came back. But I'm afraid she's made a mess of it. Sorry.
Don't trouble yourself. It saves us the hassle of having to look for her.
That's a good point.
The only thing to do with squatters is run them out.
Well, I think you'll be okay. Just be careful, Kime.
We're off to kick some old woman's butt. That doesn't sound right.
You're not gonna go off and leave Ming like this, are you?
We'll head out there tomorrow morning.
I mean, he is good comic relief, at least. At least I think he's funny. Alright, looks like we got a little mini game to play. And we can do some shopping. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we gave her something we found, didn't we? I'm gonna not buy that because we got that other one. We'll buy... I mean, do these really matter? It says magic power, so maybe it does. Yeah, not buying the one for Jansen, though. Ooh, the combat teachings. Oh, we already learned counter, so I guess we could put it on someone else. Anti-dizzy would be good. We got plenty of money. How's our just stock of stuff doing? Let's... Mana herbs are always going to be useful. I'll get a little bit more medicine too. Oh, I have everyone. Okay, I guess I could have equipped Jensen first to make sure. Yeah, this is just slightly stronger. I think the other one that was just for him was 6 too, so... We can sell all that later. We'll take that off. Ming's just gonna kind of chill naked for now, because I don't want to put anything on her. Not until we find a spot that feels good for grinding. We should later on, once I'm pretty sure we'll have more access to the world as a whole before we have to do any kind of splitting up. Either that or we're going to end up dicked, one way or the other. Alright, so I think we need to talk to this little girl. This is Kellalon, protective deity of our village. Well, I kill a bunch of your deities. Are you here to pay your respects? Yes, apparently we are. Pay respects to the Kellalon statues spread around Tosca Village. Press the A button while standing in front of the Kellalon statue to pay your respect. Some areas, villagers may block your way to statues, but they will eventually go away, opening up the way for you. Try to visit as many statues as you can before time expires. Minigame ends after you visited every Kellalon statue or when the time runs out. To quit the minigame at any time, talk to the girl in the middle of the village. As a reward for your piety, you will receive an item based on how many statues you visit. After you receive a certain item, you cannot go back and earn it again. Okay. I like that we just did that with Jedi mind powers, I guess. We know there's a bunch this way. Because there's 3 just chilling up this ladder. Also, I have a map, so. Probably would not have found that one sitting there. Deceivious camera angles. Deceivious? Is that a word? Am I that tired? Deceivious. Sounds like it should be a word and also like it should not be a word. Somebody email me and let me know if it's a word. Okay, that dude's in my way. I guess I do have to use the map then, because I was just going to go to the waterfall one. Okay. There's some in the houses too, apparently. I knew there was the one in the hotel. Hopefully we don't do this too slowly, because I don't want to do it twice. Should have looked to see what the reward... If I'm going to use the walkthrough, I might as well use the walkthrough. I should have seen if the rewards were even worth doing. Maybe this is just a huge waste of time. Apparently, we now want to do this house. This wouldn't have been that bad. I guess it's a pretty small village. I probably could have looked around and figured out the path. I guess it's more avoiding the people than figuring out any path, isn't it? Yeah, see, there's 2 people in front of the door over there. I'm guessing he was probably standing in front of this ladder at some point. Yeah, if anything, this is just saving trial and error time. And we need that trial and error time so that we can die to more random fights that decide to screw us RNG-wise. Although we've been doing better now that we've got a full squad, so hopefully that will stop happening. Back to the house. Yeah, those people moved. We're gonna have plenty of time left. We probably could have done this without even knowing. Well, no. Because I don't think I would have found that one behind the inn. I almost didn't see this one. Alright, and then it looks like inn and then waterfall. Is this kid still just sitting on the rock in the waterfall? Yeah, we can't get to the waterfall right now. Is it ever gonna move? Do they move based on time or based on order we're doing, I wonder? Because there's not a lot of time left to go to the waterfall. I hope I didn't mess it up. It's not the worst minigame I've ever seen put in an RPG. Yeah, I wonder if it's actually based off of which one I've gotten before, where people are standing. Which means it would actually even be easier to do this without any kind of help. Either way, we used the help. I hope you enjoyed your quest. Now then, you paid your respects to a total of 16 statues. You visited every Kellan statue in the village. Amazing. I'm sure Kellan is very delighted indeed. No, he's not, because I've been killing a bunch of them. Here is your reward. Kellan hearts. Oh, a slat seed. Okay, so yeah, we needed to do that. Seal blocker. And gamble. Oh, okay. Let's check this first. That's what I figured. Thought we had already done anti-seal. Heidi Klum is anti-seal for the past decade or so. That's a terrible joke. I would not blame all of you for leaving. Gamble inflicts random amount of damage on one enemy. Alright, well. More possible Mac utility, I guess. I think that's it for this town. Oh, nope, we got one more story to do. Glad I got some water. I would have run right past these people. Truth is, I was drafted into the Goats and army, but I slipped off my roof while I was fixing it, so they dismissed me as ineligible for battle. Better than shin splints. Ah, but I'm glad you're not going to war. I'd be all by myself without you. Dream has been revealed. There is no way to keep the village from becoming a battlefield. The enemy forces have crossed the northern pass and made their camp close by. The home forces are here too, sending one unit after another into the village to resist the enemy's attack. The place is a powder keg. Ringed by mountains where two highways intersect, the village is a crucial focal point for transport. It cannot be allowed to fall into enemy hands, while its capture is essential to any hopes the enemy might have for victory in the war. Long years of fighting have come down to this one major battle. It is a battle that must be waged. The logic is clear, simple, inevitable, and it will transform this tranquil village into a battlefield at any moment. The army has ordered the villagers to evacuate. Non-combatants can only get in the way. The enemy wants to settle this before the weather turns cold. So what does that mean? Another month? 2 weeks? Got your stuff packed? No sense getting caught in the middle and killed. Talk about dying for nothing. Better forget about taking any pots and pans with you. Pack as light as you can and get away as far as you can. Think of all the generations our ancestors guarded our houses and lands. I hate to think it's going to turn into a wasteland when the fighting starts. There's nothing we can do about it. It's just plain bad luck, that's all. We just have to hang in there till the war is over and come back when we find out who won. The main thing is to get out now. Right, that's all we can do. We've got to stay alive, better not hope for anything more than that. Why the hell does this have to happen to us? The villagers leave a few at a time, beginning with the first ones to find temporary shelter. By the time the forest is lightly tinged with red, the village is practically deserted. The only ones left are old folks who live alone and have no one to help them, or have no one and no place to run to. The army has built a crude refugee camp for any evacuees able to cross several mountains to reach it. There's a far-ass refugee camp if you gotta pass several mountains. The aged poor stagger in with little more than the clothes on their back. The only one left in the village is Grandma Koto. The bread of Grandma Koto. Oh, is this what inspired the dude to become a baker too? As a mercenary, Kaim first met old Koto shortly after he joined the unit protecting the village. He was on an inspection round at the time when he spotted an old woman working in the fields. She turned out to be Grandma Koto. A soldier with him yelled at her, "Hey, old lady, enough of that." Another man shouted, "You'd better get out of here now if you want to stay alive. The fight's going to start in 2 or 3 days. How many times do we have to tell you to go to the damn refugee camp?" But old Koto stayed hunched over, digging in the dirt. Obviously, she was not harvesting anything. If this had been a time when the grain had ripened and she was hurrying to harvest her crops, it might have made sense. But she was just turning the soil as she had forgotten the battle was about to start here at any moment. Is the old bag deaf or just senile? With a disgusted look, the captain called over to Kaim. "Hey, new guy, do something about this one. Drag her to the refugee camp if you have to. Tie a rope around her neck. We can't have her wandering around out here. She's just going to get in the way when the fighting starts." The captain's tone was arrogant. I could have told you that one. The more cowardly the commanding officer is, the more arrogant and overbearing his style becomes, and the less he is able to conceal his nervousness when the battle is nearing. Kaim strode silently toward the old woman in the field. "Well, go on ahead," the captain called out behind him, but he did not turn around. Only a few days would be needed to decide the outcome of the battle for the village, which was a reflection of how violent it promised to be. For this reason, working the fields now was pointless. Even the most carefully cultivated patch of ground would be crushed under the soldiers' boots. A harvest next year was out of the question, nor was it even clear how many years it would take to restore the village to its former tranquility. When Kaim approached her on the field, the old woman kept working and said, "Don't try to stop me." She looked and sounded much tougher than she had seemed from a distance. She might have been one of those stubborn, cranky old folks that people kept their distance from when the village was at peace. "You're not going to evacuate?" Kaim asked. "What the hell for?" she spat out. "They've built a camp you can go to." Old Koto gave a snort and said to Kaim, "You're a new one. I've never seen you before." "Yes." "So you don't know what the camp's like. You soldiers have nothing to worry about." "What do you mean?" Old Koto said nothing but pointed towards the steep mountain standing like a painted screen on the west side of the village. Kaim asked, "Is that where the camp is?" "Hell no. You have to cross that mountain and another one to get to it. Nobody my age can walk that far. What's the point of building a camp in a place like that? How many old folks do they think are going to make it over there? They might as well leave us out in the hills to die like in the old days." Kaim was at a loss for an answer. Continuing her digging, the old woman grumbled, "That's how the government does everything." Wow, shit doesn't change, does it? She was clearly angry, but perhaps less angry than sad. It's so dry right now. "You're on an inspection tour, right? Well, don't let me stop you." No, you see, you're not going to get me to any damn refugee camp. That's all there is to it. I'm not going anywhere. This is the village I was born in, and I've lived all my life. I know how you feel, but this place is going to turn into a battlefield soon. I know that. So then, so what? Kaim was at a loss for words again. When she saw that, she smiled and said, "You're a sweet young man. Kind of unusual in a soldier." Her expression had softened for the first time. Once she stopped being so prickly, the smile she produced was actually rather endearing. "When this place turns into a battlefield, people will die. Lots of them. I know that much, don't worry. But I have work to do, soldier boy. Telling me to leave my work and run away is like telling me to die. So if I'm going to die anyway, and it won't be long now, I want you to let me do what I want to do. You shouldn't have a problem with that." Kaim fell silent, not because he was at a loss for words yet again, but because he believed she was right. "If I'm going to die anyway," she had said. Knowing that he would never be able to speak such words, he had no choice but to bow silently to her will. "All right then, run along there, Sonny. I've got work to do." "What are you doing now?" "See for yourself." "Sorry, but I don't know much about farm work." "Like all the other soldiers," old Koto said with a smile. "The only thing you people ever think about is killing enemies. You don't know anything about nurturing life." She let a hint of sorrow show again. Perhaps somewhat taken with Kime, however, she favored him with an explanation. "I'm planting seeds," she said. Grains of wheat. You sow them in the fall. They mature over winter, shoot up and under the spring sun, and turn the fields golden in summer. I always do my planting when the northern mountain peak turns white, every year, and this year's not going to be any different. Would the seeds mature in the trample fields? Kime had his doubts. Grandma Koto, however, displayed not the least anxiety or resignation as she scattered seeds in the newly turned soil. Her hands performed the age-old ritual with ease and naturalness, as if to impress upon Kime the fact that she was doing this year was nothing more nor less than what she had done every year before. As a result, Kime's next words emerged with a smoothness that he himself found somewhat surprising. I got very word dyslexic there for a second. "What if the seeds don't grow? Then I'll just do it again next year. And if next year's bad, I'll do it again the year after that. You have to plant the seeds. That's how I've lived my life. If you don't plant, nothing will grow. See what I mean?" "I think so. Whether there's a fight or not, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to do what I have to do. That's all." She spoke with certainty, her wrinkled face softening into a smile as she added, "You can't even enjoy a meal if you know you haven't done things right." "You're saying that this is what gives your life meaning?" This was the question to which Kime had long searched for an answer. For what purpose had he been born into this world? What was he supposed to accomplish here? He had continued to roam through his life's endless journey without knowing the answers to these questions. Indeed, because he didn't know the answers. "I don't know about deep stuff like that," Grandma Koto said shyly. "I just mill the wheat I've harvested and bake bread in the fall. That bread is really special. Nothing tastes as good as the first bread you make with the wheat you grew that year. That's what my grandson looks forward to every year. I can't just decide to take a year off now, can I?" "I see what you mean." "No, you don't," she declared. "You're nothing but a damn soldier." Her face had turned hard again. There were no more smiles from her that day. When Kime returned to the barracks, a soldier who had been stationed in the village for 6 months or more said to him, "That old bag hates our guts." "Because we've ruined the village?" "It's part of it, I suppose, but it's got deeper roots than that for her. Grandma Koto had lost her entire family to war. First her husband died in the war 40 years earlier, and then her son and his wife in the war 20 years earlier. And now the one grandson they had left was taken to fight in the current war." "What's his unit?" Kime asked the soldier. The man gave a helpless shrug and named a unit that had been sent to an area with the most intense fighting. Talk about bad luck. Fighting's so bad out there. If it was me, I'd take my chances on being executed for deserting under fire. He's got maybe a 50-50 chance of coming back alive. Now, maybe 30-70. If her grandson were to be killed, Grandma Koto would be all alone in the world. She would have no one to feed her bread to. "Must be tough to be left alone at that age," the soldier said. "Looking at old Koto, I can't help thinking of my mother back home. There's no way I can let myself get killed. She'd never stop crying." "Same for you too, Kime?" Kime said nothing in reply. He had no right to put himself in the same category as this soldier. The battle started 3 days later. The enemy army's attack was even fiercer than expected. The defense forces had no choice but to put everything they had into the fight. Kime slipped away from the battlefront and headed to Grandma Koto's house. He found her leaving for the field as always. She gave no sign that she was afraid of the fighting. People who knew exactly what they must do and who refused to be distracted by anything else can be strong beyond all reason. Kime saw now that there could be far greater strength in a finite life than in one that lasted forever. Because he sensed this so deeply, he stood before her, blocking her way. He lifted the tiny old woman in his arms and carried her bodily back to her house. I don't like that sentence. What are you doing? Let go of me. I'm not going to follow some soldier's orders. I have work to do. Yes, I know that, Kime said. So put me down now. I don't want to let you die. Holding her against his chest, he looked her in the eye and pleaded with her. I want you to bake bread next autumn again from a new crop of wheat. She stopped flailing her arms and legs in a vain attempt to get free of his grip. She looked straight back at him as he said, As long as you have someone to feed your freshly baked bread to, I want you to keep baking bread year after year. Old Koto heaved a huge sigh and muttered, smiling, I knew you were a very strange soldier. The battle raged on for several days. The arrogant, cowardly captain died in the fighting. The soldier who had told Kime the story of Grandma Koto also died. Countless defense troops died and countless enemy troops died. The village was consumed in the flames of war, and old Koto's field was ravaged under the heels of the military. Kime's side managed to stave off the attackers, then followed the retreating enemy to the north. All that remained in their wake was the empty, devastated village. The war ended as spring was giving way to summer. At the cost of massive casualties, the army repulsed the enemy's invasion. The village began to recover little by little. As Grandma Koto had predicted, not one old person who crossed the mountains to the refugee camp came back alive. Autumn and Kime had come back to the village. He feels warm in the chest when he looks across the field and spots old Koto sowing wheat. So, she's doing it again this year. And next year, and the year after that, for as long as she is alive. She notices Kime and crosses toward him with a welcoming smile. A year has passed. She seems to have shrunk somewhat with a year's worth of aging. Haven't seen you for a while, she says. So they didn't kill you. And I'm glad to see you looking so well too. Sorry, that line. I thought I could go without laughing. And then I failed. I heard you stayed near my house during the fight. You single-handedly fought to keep enemy troops away from it. Kime gives her a shy smile. How was your wheat? He asks. All ruined, of course. Worst crop I've had. Few scrawny stalks. Barely enough for one loaf. She tells him all this with a surprising ease. Then she fixes her eye on him and asks, Have some? What? Bread, of course. I'll bake a loaf now if you'll help me eat it. Well, sure, but... Grandma Koto sees through Kime's hesitancy and says with a calm smile, Yes, he's dead. My grandson. I got word at the end of the summer. I was waiting and hoping, planning to bake him a loaf of bread as soon as he got home. When she sees Kime hanging his head in silence, she adopts a spirited tone, as if she has to be the one to cheer him up. Come on then, you eat what he would have had. It'll probably be tougher than usual, what with the wheat harvest being so bad. But I'm sure my grandson would be happy to know I fed my bread to the man who saved my life. So this old woman has lost her entire family to war. In other words, there is no one left to enjoy her bread. Still, she urged Kime to wait just a minute while I finish this up, sowing the wheat for next year's harvest. She does it because that is what she has always done, because it is what she is supposed to do. Kime stops himself from speaking the words, "Let me help," and he stands staring at old Koto's bent back. In the glow of the setting autumn sun, she is sadly small and sadly beautiful. Kime eats the freshly baked bread. Old Koto was right. Made from the wheat grown without its full measure of care, this bread is hard and dry and poor in taste. Still, of all the bread Kime has eaten and will go on to eat in his long, long life, this is by far the most delicious. I get the feeling that this one took place very early in Kime's life. Does it feel like that to anyone else too? Cat's rubbing up against my leg. That one was sad, but still, I don't know, brighter. Maybe this means we're leaving the really, really sad ones behind. All right. And with that, I believe we actually are done with this village. Let's get a save in. And we will get moving. Looks like we're gonna go to another spot just to grab some chests for now. Maybe? Or this is where we're supposed to go? I'm not entirely sure, actually. We want to go to the Northern Cape. Alright, looks like we got some... Oh... We know this. We very much know this. Or at least I think we do. Alright, more cubic music. Gungaga was here. His magic took Liram away from us. Gungaga. Gongora. What am I saying? Gungaga is FF7. Yeah, this is where we kept having, or where we kept remembering. I mean, that makes sense if this is where, or nearby where Sarah and Kime lived. Wow, what a view. It's pretty, isn't it? What's wrong, Kime? Liram was here. Mom? Yeah, on that day, from this cliff, I lost the two things I cherished most in the world. Liram and Sarah. Mom always wanted to meet her own mom and dad. I think getting to see you made her really happy, Kime. I think so. And now I got to meet you too. I wish I could introduce you to Sarah. She's my grandma, right? I'd love to see her and tell her how happy Mom was. Me too. Do you think we'll ever get to meet her? Yeah, someday. I'll find her. I promise. Sarah. Yeah, I did not expect we'd see this cliff like this. There's a chest around here somewhere. find some bushes. Are these bushes? What quantifies a bush? Other than a fake Texan accent. I see you. Yeah, I'd say those are bushes. Lionheart. Terror immunity. Okay, so we got even more immunities. That'll be good. Alright, and I think we got to go do a dungeon now. Or at least the next closest thing. So this is the home of the old sorceress. It gives me the creeps. You know Kime used to live here, right? It's so strange, I can feel an intense magical energy. It's covering the entire mansion. That means the old sorceress is here, right? In any case, we've got to find that woman. I'm scared. Don't be such a scaredy cat, Mac. What's so scary? This is the house where Mom used to live with Kime and everyone. Everyone? Who the hell else is everyone? I know, but someone else is living here now. That's... well, yeah, but... Look, let's just be careful, okay? We don't have any idea what we'll find inside. Who the hell is everyone? Were we living in a commune? Alright, that's a straight up ghost. Whoa! Did you just see that? Yeah, it's fine. It's just a little ghost. All right. Oh dear. What the hell was that? It was a ghost, bro. Come on. Well, at least this item's easy to find. Poem Fragment A. Probably something we need for this dungeon. Thus all that lives does flow, thus do they fade away.
What's that?
What's that?
They look like pieces.
They look like pieces of a poem.
Sorceress did this. She made a mess of everything. Let's get rid of her for good.
Do you want to sit with? What are you doing? You're making the people look at my bald dome. Chest here. Cure all, okay. And we don't want to have to redo anything, so we'll just keep making our saves. I'm going to make a compilation of all the saves we made once we're done with the entire game and see how long we spent saving. I understand I'm the only one that's going to find that interesting, but you know. Oh, Miss Tonks has graced us with her presence. Alright. Let's see what kind of enemies we got in here then.
Not too smart, eh?
Creepy ones. Unidentified life form A. Tempter. No elements. God, we can't cast support every turn though. We're gonna bleed Kime of MP immediately if we do that. Let's see what kind of damage we can do to him just in general first. We did learn that force is insane strong. We'll have Cook defend for now. And we'll have Mac attack with Jansen. Mac did not do a ton of damage. God, Force continues to just wreck, though. Jeez. Are we petrified? I don't know how to feel. Seth can finish you. That combined with Kime's attack should kill. Can you do anything about petrify? You cannot. I guess we don't really have anything. Can you? Does spirit magic take care of petrify? No. So we don't have any spells to do anything about petrify yet. Don't know that I want to start burning MP with Mac either just yet, so we'll just start damage on that tempter. Got fear now. Status effects aplenty. Okay, so fear stopped her from attacking. That's not great. It's more annoying than anything else, but... Alright, that hits decent. It also doesn't seem to care about the guard. Jeez. Okay, we're gonna try and finish this turn, but it's gonna require Seth actually doing shit. We'll see if it happens or not. Nope. It'll be pretty easy to finish it next turn now. So, why does petrify matter? Petrify doesn't... Oh, that's why. It just took a couple turns. They are completely stone and unusable now. Okay. Well, I'm glad we found that out now, rather than later.
I wish I was stronger.
I don't think it'll carry over, though. Yeah. Let's get everybody just filled up. Okay, so what was that? 2, maybe 3 turns? Oh, great. Ghost running into mirrors is never a good thing. It went into the mirror. Yeah, thanks. Poem fragment B. Warmth brings no solace. I can't read any more of this. It's all falling apart. How do we get to the chest? I want the chest. Can we do anything with the mirror? It's a bit dirty, but it's just a regular mirror, isn't it? But I swear something went in there just now. It seems like something was broken off from the frame right here. I think I remember a jewel of some kind fitted in there as a decoration. Okay, so we need to find a jewel.
It's now
So everything here is front row. It's a lot of enemies. Maybe it is worth doing casting support. Yeah, let's get Prism going. I wonder if... I mean, it's light damage? Maybe because these are like ghost monsters? Like, because his is dark, right? Where was it? Shadow. No, it's not elemental damage. Yeah, we'll see what happens with a setup like this. I'm concerned about too much stuff ending up petrified and then we just lose. So let's try this out. Yeah, that soul absorb is strong. If we get unlucky, that wrecks a character. Okay. So why didn't Prism hurt those two? Interesting. That's the best way to set this up. So I don't know why Prism didn't do any damage to them. I forgot Mac was up next. Alright, we still got the kill though. That did a lot of damage. Why did that do so much damage? I don't feel like that did any kind of additional damage. Okay. Alright, Cook's scared. Don't think it's gonna matter. Again, I don't think she's gonna be able to do anything anyway, but we'll just go like that. At least we aren't missing like crazy like we were before. Yeah, max power does not feel like it's equaling what we need. We may just be dropping Mac once we get a new character. A little too average everywhere. I guess we could... So here's the problem. Because we could probably actually get some utility out of Ming. But if we don't leave the humans to level up, they won't gain skills for us to steal from them. So it's a balancing act. We need to get her defending. I mean, Ming's got good magic. I don't know. We'll start thinking on it, because Mac doesn't seem to be doing what we need. Oh, God. I made a poor choice.
Do you want a piece of me?
This is the same lineup. It's not a good way to kill these things. So Force did like 700 damage to one of these. It didn't do that our first time we used it though. So why did it do it last time? just combo with you. I'd like a different combination because this one is just boring. Last dungeon, it actually felt like we had tactical fights. Well, I guess while we're doing this, I could talk more about what's going on in the world. Do we have any gaming news this week? I don't feel like we had any big gaming news this week. I did read that the Gex trilogy is being remastered. I didn't have that on a bingo card. I'm delighted by it. I quite enjoyed the Gex games growing up. I don't believe I ever played the third one either, so that'll be a treat. I also know they're remaking Lollipop Chainsaw. Lollipop Chainsaw was fun. It was kind of that schlocky B movie. What I'm far more excited about is they're remaking Shadows of the Damned. That was a great game that got no love. And it was that perfect kind of campy, culty D-movie schlock. It was great. Suda 51, man. Very excited for that remake. We're gonna get a Zephyr in. Okay. I haven't heard anything about it in a while though, so I hope it hasn't gotten canceled or anything. Or maybe it's just like the Ubisoft Sands of Time remake where they announce it in like 2020 just to tell us 4 years later, hey, it's still coming 3 years from now. It's a fairly simple game. It shouldn't take that long to remake. From the rumors I heard, the original studio they gave it to kind of shit the bed with it though. At least if it takes longer, if it's because they actually wanted to do it justice, I guess I'm okay with it, but stop announcing shit until you're ready then, man. All it does is hurt you. Alright. Clem and Seth, we need new things. I don't know. Should we put Mac in the front line? You know, let's try it out. There's no reason not to try it out, at least. We got new immunities to learn. We'll give you the life brooch. We'll change our formation to put Mac. We'll put Mac in the middle. Seth finished her skill too, didn't she? What do we got? Sword transfer, level 3 black. I think combo's the best thing to learn right now. And we'll heal up. We did get through that fight. We're fairly unscared. Oh, wait. Was this some kind of gem? Hey, wouldn't that be part of the weird mirror? Okay. There's a mirror right here, too. Can't do anything with that one. I ain't messing with any of these doors unless we think we have to. I don't have anything that says there's items, so... These fights are not fun. Looks like that gem was part of this mirror. Let's try putting it back. Large mirror jewel. Up there, what's that light? Mirror looks like different from before somehow. You're right. I feel magic power beyond the mirror. It's as if there's another world inside of it. The other side of the mirror. Hey, should we try going in? Sounds exciting. Of course a pirate would say that. Oh. Well, this is nicer than I expected. Looks like the same room as before, but it almost seems like someone is living here until just a moment ago. It's as if the clock's been turned back for this room alone. I wonder if this is some kind of past world created within the mind of the sorceress. Which means that we stumbled into it when we went through the mirror. What is it? The mirror, the light from the mirror is gone. Are you serious? So that means we can't go back? Now what are we gonna do? Calm down, you guys. Especially you, Jansen. The sorceress shows up at the village every once in a while, doesn't she? So there must be a way back to the regular world. Surely we can find it somewhere in this mansion. So we can go back into the main hallway. Thought we'd be able to move this. That was what was blocking the chest in the, like, regular time, so I thought maybe if we moved it, we could get the chest. Oh, we have different enemies. Soul armor. Ageless one. Okay. Everything's frontline still. I don't know, but I'm always afraid of books, so let's take out the books. Cook can defend. Afraid of books in RPGs, not in real life. I love books in real life. 0 damage. That's alarming. That's nice. Don't like that. Well, I feel like that would have hurt anyone. Why did Mac do no damage to you? What did this up? Magic attack. And we'll heal up Mac. Yeah, he's a little stronger. Oh, shit. Maybe we just can't hit those ones. Because Jansen took it out one hit. So maybe we just can't use physical attacks on those. That's the case. I think this is the call. Don't see any much. Oh, I thought Mac would go first. That didn't do a ton more damage to Mac than it did to him, so defense isn't a problem. In fact, Kaim was defending, and it still hit for almost the same amount as Mac.
I am the greatest!
We got messed up on that fight, though. Alright, Kaim learned wall. Let's go fix that. Why is Kaim slightly behind Seth? We're gonna need a stronger heal spell, like, immediately. Alright, we're gonna leave it like that for now. There it is again. It went into the mirror. Maybe it's trying to guide us somewhere. I don't know. Should we go in there or should we go back into the... Let's see if we can. Let's just make sure that we can before I... Yeah, so we can come out here. And the staircases are full. There's all sorts of options here. So let's... I have a feeling this is just gonna spit us back out at the hallway, but I want to know for sure. It did not. Another corridor, she says, getting me all worked up over nothing. We've probably gone to the other side. Windows are all opposite. It's all been well maintained. Mansion couldn't be very old in this world. So we're on the other side now. Okay. Look, the mirror. Some kind of strange light is coming from the top. So this mirror is the way back to the regular world all this time. It's sitting right opposite the side of the first mirror. Okay. Okay. Could we not have just walked in here? Oh, door was locked. Okay. We never checked this door. I just immediately followed the ghost. Okay, so I saw something lying on the ground here. Yeah, I see some items. Something down the way, too. Black pearl powders. Hey, we got parts of the ship. What do we got here? Another poem fragment. Nestled within the sadness. That's all I can read. The rest is too blurred to make out. I don't know. You can call one. How do you know one sentence is the fragment of a poem? That could mean anything. Maybe it's a really bad chocolate chip cookie recipe. It's a Nestle joke. All right. Well, these fights are boring, so. Well, it's less at least. Although that's back row, so we can't even force it yet. What other remakes we got coming? I know we've talked about the FF9 remake already. Guess we don't need to talk about remakes. Space Marine 2 is coming. I'm super excited about that. I'm not a huge Warhammer fan, but I really enjoyed the first Space Marine game. The second one should be a blast. And then what was the there was a Diablo-like Warhammer game. I think it was a Warhammer game that I played a while back that I quite enjoyed too. I think that's going to be enough to use force. And we'll prayer on Kine. My wife only has, what, this will come out on Wednesday, so 13 more days of work at her job. And she's gonna be moving on to try and find something new for herself. It's exciting. She's scared, but I know she's gonna do really well. She's gonna find something perfect for her. Unlike her, I could sit around and, you know, just play games all day.
What did you
She's not that kind of person. She's a hard worker. Not only that, but she has a desire to help people. I don't care for it. It's my least favorite thing about her. Jansen is level 4. We don't have any level 4 spells, do we? No. Oh wait, that's white magic. We do. We have Flare and Winda. Okay. Oh, alright. Is there something in that mirror? That was weird. I'm not answering those doors. Screw that. Okay, so we got items here. I'm guessing we need to go... back into the past. Let's make a save real quick, though. Good news is I don't see anything super important item-wise if we screw something up here. Because this is an interesting layout. And we can't move that block like I thought we'd be able to, which makes me super sad. Okay. Oh, we can. Is that where do we want it? Wouldn't that just put it over the chest? I don't know. I want what's ever in that chest, so let's figure that out real quick. Oh, son of a bitch. I didn't think I needed to unlock it. I guess I didn't know we unlocked it until we had already come back, did we?
Yeah, let's get it on.
Alright, so... Oh, they're back line. That sucks. That's all we can do. And that guard's all the way up. Wow, that's I do not like this formation. Thankfully, these things don't seem terribly offensive. But you do. Jeez, it hits so hard. God, they're casting just high-level spells in one turn, too. We'll get Zephyr off and hope, but I got a bad feeling. Can we at least get one of these? I don't think this is going to be enough. Especially since I can't... Oh, we did. I'd love if I could manage to hit a friggin' perfect. We'll be able to take out the other one with E, although it's going to kill one of us. We need it to hit Seth. It hit Seth. Jeez. These things are whooping our ass. Just high-level spells in one turn like that is not great. I mean, the nice thing is we're still gaining decent experience. But damn. You know what? Let's use some items to heal. Those did not do as much as I would have liked. Well, finish off with Zephyr. Okay, so if we need to unlock that door, we gotta run down and switch sides. And then we shouldn't have this problem. Probably gonna need to do this anyway, so while I screwed up a little bit not just checking the door the first time, I don't know that doing it now is wasting time later. I also just completely ignored these pots. Okay. Alright, so that's unlocked now. You know what? Let's check this stuff first. Oh. Yeah, okay, I get it. I'm leaving. Damn. Is this supposed to be a clock? Just strange symbols all over it, no numbers at all. I think we can move the clock hand. Don't feel like I have enough information to deal with that yet. Knob won't turn. Okay, maybe I do need to deal with the clock right now then. Won't move, but okay. Well. Red copper band. Okay, I thought that would just open the door on the right because it's pointing to the right. I'd like to say I cheated there. Spirit magic up to level 3, okay. I'm very confused as to why that was it. Got another mirror here, but we can't interact with it. Oh. Okay. What would have happened if I had put it on one of the other ones? I guess it just wouldn't have worked. I dig Keim's shirt there. That shirt vest, I kind of want that. Wheat plate. A plate with a picture of wheat on it. Thank you. Can we? No, we can't put that in the clock. Let's go see what happened with moving that statue. Why was it the pot? I was just pointing it towards one of the doors. I don't understand. Alright, they're front row this time. I'm hoping there's gonna be a restore orb at some point here. Beginning to wonder if maybe we should swap Cook and Jensen's accessory back and forth. Alright, so it's a little more than the combo hit. I do not need you giving that thing Minda. You could have sealed him all you wanted. This is gonna kill. No, it didn't. What do we want to do here? You know, we'll just let you defend. Actually, you have magic. Nah, you don't have useful magic, not for this. Okay, well, Jensen's just gonna have to finish it off. What else has been going on?
Okay.
I can't think of a lot. Making a lot of smoothies lately. They're very delicious. If you're out there and you like smoothies, we can be friends. I'm a big fan of smoothies. Shit. No, not con. Okay, that's only 5 more uses. We need to wrap this up in here.
Okay.
We also need to find an extra strategy other than just forcing everything. Problem is these guys, because we can't seemingly hit them with anything but magic. I don't know if she'll go first, but might as well try and get Mac healed up without using, without using any MP. Maybe if we put that thing on that did damage to magical enemies, the ring.
I am the greatest.
Mac and Cook. Do we have? We don't have any 4, right? Unless they just automatically get some. They do. Okay, so we have a stronger heal. A 1D. Okay, so that's still 1 turn. We do have Cure Petrify now, so that's important. Okay, we got Shadowa and Fear. Okay, I'll take these. Wow, heal is 20 though. That means it better be 4 times as strong as regular heal. Alright, let's check this now. Oh shit, I have to go back in time. I don't think there's anywhere else we can, because we couldn't go through that door in the middle. Maybe the wheat plate is what we needed to get out of here, because there doesn't seem to be anywhere else to go here. So once we can figure out that chest, we can probably try and move forward. The nice thing is now at least we can just... Oh no, it worked. I guess we moved it past it. Okay. Celestial plate. So we needed that then, I assume. Maybe these are for the clock in this time. We can't get to the clock in this timeline though, can we? Huh. So what do we do? Well, let's go over there and look. Let's get through this fight and we'll go over there and look. I am playing a charming little RPG too, called, I should really know this, Cool King and the Hero? Something like that. Very charming, very simple, but quite a bit of fun. Very kind of cutesy art style. I've been quite taken with it. That and I'm replaying Fire Emblem 7 right now. I'll be replaying that Zero mission now that they put it on the Switch Pass. I love me some Metroid games. Ah, crap, we all got blinded. Kime is so stoned, he's blind. No, I'm not proud of it. Let's try that. If we do it this way, we might be able to get the guard low enough that Kime... Nope. Oh, he was able to do it either way. I forgot Jansen was attacking. Okay, so, oh, okay. So Kime's just super stoned now. Perfect time to, God, it's 20 MP. Maybe we'll kill it. At least somebody hit it. Is he getting no MP back because he's doing so little damage? Alright. This thing's just going to keep healing if we don't kill it. But curing everybody's blind's probably going to be stupid expensive. I think we just got to use the force. Use the force. We'll get a Zephyr going too. Maybe we'll get lucky and all three will hit. And we'll save the MP. Nope. Alright. Well, I don't think Force can miss, so... yeah. This is why we bought the extra mana restores. I know it's not optimal, but... Alright, Kime and Seth need new accessories. Yeah, let's get the Petrify going. We'll get Seal going. Seth also needs a new skill. Yeah, it's starting to get to the point that it's going to be extraneous stuff. Let's get white magic first. Yeah, doesn't really matter for right now. That's good enough. And you know what? We'll just give Jansen a mana herb right now. That'll give us some force uses. Okay, so let's see if we can get to that clock. I mean, that's what it felt like to me. Yeah, we can't get up the stairs, though. Alright, let's save. We've gotten quite a bit of stuff. Maybe we can go through this door here. Okay. So we weren't able to do that on the other one. Well, this is a garden, all right. With this circular thing on the ground and that fountain. There's something fishy about all of it. Bet something's supposed to go in the round holes. That would have given us the answer for the clock. Okay. Yeah, you can see the arrow pointing at urn. So, I see something shiny. Oh, we can't get in here. We got chests. Bow plate. Okay. We can't get into the center, can we? No. So we're probably going to need to place these plates the same way they were in the other. Oh, shit. Okay, at least these are front row. Get a force. I'll let her get some MP back. Oh, yeah, we didn't get a petrify. That's annoying, but whatever. So I think the bow, because if we're looking, so when we were looking at it up there, the pot was to the right. That's why I selected it, because it was also pointing towards the door. I believe the bow was in the top position. The problem is from there, I don't have a damn clue. So, do we go back or do we guess is the question. I don't think we need to worry about too much more damage, so we're gonna let Jensen take the night off. Problem is, I don't know what Celestial would look like. And I definitely didn't know that's what it was at the time. That's part of the reason I also picked Pot. Because I wasn't even sure what Celestial looked like. The good news is there's only so many combinations. So it might be worth it to just toy with it over here instead of going back. Especially since these fights are just very damaging. They aren't hard, they're just consuming of both time and resources.
Here goes!
Yeah, and Mac is just not cutting it. Problem is, he's got skills I know Kym and Seth want. So we gotta level him up. At least for the time being. If Ming I thought would be more valuable, I'd switch him, but I don't think so, so.
I wish I was stronger.
Alright, Kym got combo. I think that puts Kym in the same spot too now, where it's just kind of... We'll learn stuff and we can put Taunt on, sure. Wait, what's... Oh, so this is just... I don't like that. I want better symmetry. Why weren't there two plates here? Maybe the one was here to make it clear that we needed to find them. Although I don't know who plays an RPG and doesn't try and find and open as many chests as possible. Just says put. So it'll let us take them back out. I feel pretty strongly that the bow was on top. Where do I... Let's see. Still not opening. Damn it. Maybe the way the clock hand is pointing had something to do with it. Alright, let me try swapping these two, and if it doesn't work, we'll go and look. But I felt really strongly that the bow was on the top. I could be very wrong, though. Okay. At least the one I knew was right. Stairs, okay. Another poem fragment. I will be back. Yes, the great poet Arnold Schwarzenegger. This is kind of hard to read. I feel like I've heard this somewhere before. I wonder why. I don't know that we should be calling these things poems. I really don't. Oh. I am the one in search of solitude. Why have you invaded my hermitage? If you have nothing to ask, then you should leave immediately. Though you may see my doors with your eyes, my quest for solitude ensures it will remain untouched. However, if you still insist on meeting me, you will find the key at your feet. Follow the symbols of light and proceed with order. What the heck? I don't get a single word of that. Where is the old sorceress anyway? Beyond that door, I think. But the stone tablet says we're not allowed to touch it. It says the key is at our feet. It's the clock again. Doesn't this design resemble the floor of the giant clock? Maybe the two are related. Yes, and there's a similar pattern on the floor of the other room as well. Let's try looking into this. By hook or by crook, we've got to see the old sorceress. Okay, we have light on the celestial. We can't get over there. So we have 4 tablets and 4 mirrors. Although I don't see any symbols on the mirrors or anything that would denote. Okay, but we can go through them. Now I'm really confused. I don't seem to be able to interact with it. So are we looking for one that matches? Huh. That doesn't match either. What is this? Okay, so we've connected a thing. There wasn't anything on the wall over here, was there? No, because that's not a wall. At least we're not being attacked. Okay, so this matches. Light's got something to do with it, I'm sure of it. Yes, I feel a faint magical vibration in the air, too. Okay, so we triggered that. We know there's at least 2 more glowing. Which one of these did we come in? This is where we connected. What does this lead to? Another mirror chest? Goddess medicine, okay. Do we need to... Not getting attacked makes me think the boss is coming. If that's the case, let's bump them up a little bit too. Alright, where do you lead? Another chest. Lost. Expels one enemy from battle. Yeah, the problem is shit like that never works on enemies you need to get rid of. No more switches or anything. Okay. Well, it seems like this trail kind of led us to... What, extras? Because the only way we could have gotten over there was with the switch we hit. What's going on? Okay, so now we're on the right. Was that this one? Yeah. Okay. Now it's on the left. It's not this one. Oh, it is this one. Okay. Well, it's got to be this one. It's the only one we haven't gone in. Okay. Uh-oh, we broke her tablet. She's not going to be happy about that. I know that when you take my brother's tablet away, he's very unhappy. There's nothing over here. Okay, let's go save real quick. I know I'm just begging to get into a fight that's gonna wreck us or something, but... we can... I keep forgetting that if we die to a fight, we just checkpoint anyway, so I don't need to be super nervous about saves. That's just so against my nature, though. Too much time has been lost to not saving. Sometimes you don't even return to those games if you lose too much time to a save error. Everything else is set, right? I think we can survive without the 9G. Oh.
Just a moment. The magic energy is strongest here, on the other side of this door.
She's here.
I feel it too. Come on.
All right. If you can't hear anything, that's okay, because neither can I. Where did my sound go? I'm gonna reset real quick. I'll load us back up at this cutscene. So I mean, we have sound right now, so
Just a moment. The magic energy is strongest here, on the other side of this door. She's...
I feel it.
if it goes away again, I guess we're just not supposed to have any.
I have a favor to ask of you.
Oh, son.
What?
So.
What the?
Magic energy.
She's freaking.
It's overwhelming. What kind of magic energy is this?
You mean you don't know? Oh, here it comes!
What's she doing?
She's attacking herself. Why is she doing this?
She's crazy, that's why. Hey, if she wants to rest, let her.
No. She'll die if she continues. If she dies, who will break the seal of the Black Cave?
Oh, right, yeah. Good point.
Stop her!
Oh, me? How about that?
You heard me!
No, you didn't.
Okay. I guess we just... Ooh, well, okay, so what we could do here is, because we have two, let's look real quick. We have two of the higher level spells. We have Flera and Winda. Let's move my stuff around now. I gotta remember what's... So... Wind used to be here, right? So we want flare on wind. So let's focus on the wind one. Let's get you, we'll get all of us buffed up again. I mean, I guess the magical defense is going to be the important one at first. Scream. Oh no. Okay, well. It still did pretty decent damage. Well, something healed us all the way, too. Well, that can't be good. Okay, maybe we should just all-out attack. Yeah, they all just have mines. Here. I think it might still be worth powering up Kime. Let's just force. And hell, let's do a shine. This can't hurt, right? Okay, so that's one less attack she'll take. Force is doing its job. Just gotta save everybody. Yeah, it doesn't matter changing elements when we're just using force and physical. These mines aren't enough to be a problem. That should get this one. Oh, it did not. Maybe this will finish it off. Poop. The old sorceress is running out of health fast. Okay, I think we'll get to this turn. I don't know what to have her do. Nothing else she has is really... And we can heal Seth. Okay, that was enough. Between Kime and Force, this one should go down too. Okay, so that'll slow down damage significantly. I think we should be done here, right? Unless something goes wrong. The question is this the end of the fight? Yeah, Mac just does not do the damage. Alright. Did you figure it out?
This is Sarah?
This is our grandma? Our grandma?
Sarah. He's mad at you, boy. Sarah! Sarah, it's me, Kime! Don't you remember?
I couldn't save her. I did.
Sarah!
It's not working. Gungora's trapped her the same way he did me. She's punishing herself because she's convinced she killed Lirum.
She's put up a strong barrier around herself. We need to do much more to save her.
What do I do? How do I save her?
Let me sleep.
Children singing is always creepy.
Things come and go, but soon they'll disappear into the dust. We all collide together and we fall apart. Then it all goes away. But there will come a day that our light will shine. From the darkness and sorrow that we knew, there will be a light that reaches us inside. To a new world full of love that sees us through. I know it, I feel it, you're heading straight home back to me now. I know it, I feel it, you're heading straight home back to me now.
Sarah! Sarah, it's me, Kime. Wake up.
Kime.
Yes, it's me.
I think she's going to be all right now. I don't sense any pain or fear in her magic energy.
That's good, right? She's back to herself again.
Loved you once. And I still love you.
You remember?
No, my memories are gone. But you, I know you're my husband. I know what we left behind in this house. A journal I kept. I know you are kind. The only man I've ever loved. I've been waiting for you.
That wasn't in Gongora's plans.
What was it?
Record keeping. Even though Gongora erased her memory, Sarah was driven back here by the longing in her heart and returned to her home. The home spirit called to her.
I could live here.
The journals she left behind provided a record of her 1,000 years of living.
Nice.
Welcome home, Kime.
I remember you. I remember how much I loved you.
Part of me knew that I loved someone with all of my heart, even though I had no memory of just who it was. That and the feeling that I'd lost someone precious to me.
That would be Liram.
Liram. Our daughter.
Liram is no longer with us.
She was our mother. Our mother was always singing us that lullaby. And so we sang it for you, Grandma. I'm Cook. I'm Mac.
Nice to meet you. Cook? Mac? My journal kept me living in the past. Now my life is full once again. Because our daughter has given us these beautiful grandchildren. Everything that happens from now on will make new memories to live in my heart. Don't you think that's wonderful?
Uh-huh.
Being surrounded by these mementos is what helped me wait for you.
Nice picture. Click. Oh, yeah. What a woman. Mm-mm. Fine, fine.
And we now have Sarah on the team. Sarah, who is another mage. But an even better one. So, I mean, you can just see the examples here. Comparative level with like Jansen and Cook. More defense, better casting time. More regular strength, more vitality. So, yeah, Sarah's definitely going to be on the team. The question is, how do we want to arrange this? I think Max gotta go for now. Sorry, bud. I use the front line a little bit weaker than I'd like, but I think it's the right call. So she already knows level 4 black and white magic. And relax. And anti-petrify, alright. Let's get a skill link going for mental stability. She's just gonna need to start learning shit, so we'll start at the... I always do the immunities first, so we'll get the immunities going. With her having level 4 white and black already learned... Do we keep Cook? Maybe Max the one that should come across. Huh. No, I think we'll run with this setup for the time being. We'll give this a try and see how we like it. Yeah, I think so. And I also think that while this is going to end up being a little shorter than we normally do, because we generally try and go around 3.5 hours, I think it's just such a good stopping point that we'll let this episode be a little shorter. It's really good because we've got some running around to do for a little bit before we get to the next section, and I am starting to finally get tired. So I think we'll just leave this at a 3-hour episode. Hope that's okay with everyone. I will also warn everyone, I have every intention of having an episode out next week. We are going through a little bit of a heat wave, and it makes this room very, very hot to record in. And I'm going on vacation next week. I'm going to do my best to get an episode recorded a little earlier than usual so that it'll air. If I'm not able to, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to, but just in case this heat wave's a little worse than we think, I wanted to warn you. With that said, that's it. I hope you guys liked today. See you soon. Hey everybody, it's Chris. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button and you'll see when the next videos come out. If you really want to help the channel, hit that like button.